b'yom haShabbos. In Chodesh, in the month of the comfort of the Father Himself, is this even stronger in the day of Tisha B'Av, both because of the general day that it is, and also from the time in the year that it's established this day in this year, which is on the day of Shabbos. And by the way, Tafshinun Aleph and this year Tafshinayin Ches have the same kviyas, but Tisha B'Av falls out on Shabbos. So we're dealing with the day that Tisha B'Av falls out that this year is on Shabbos. And just to add a little bit about this Farbrengen that happened on Shabbos, and that is that the Rebbe was very, very freilich by the Farbrengen. The Rebbe saying the Hakafas Niggin by the Farbrengen, which was actually the day of Tisha B'Av. It was a nidche, and they say also what happened was after the nidche, after Sunday night, the Rebbe again restarted the Hakafas Niggin, and they say that it felt like almost like it was one big. It was Hakafas Niggin, and then it was just a break in middle.
Rebbe Yisrael.
All right. It looks like the timer may have froze temporarily. I'll just look on my own watch over here. 20, almost 21. Okay. So Chazal sagen, als in dem Tag von Tisha B'Av, Yom Shechorav Habayis, Yolid Malka Mashiach. That's the day that the Melech HaMashiach was born. Und der Ihnen chazert sich über Mechodesh bechol, no, Mechodesh. Und der Ihnen chazert sich über Mechodesh bechol Tisha B'Av. Why is it not going to the next? Oh, Tisha B'Av. Und Heyois as b'yom hiladotay von a Menschen is mazoli goiver, heißt es as b'Tisha B'Av is misgaber mazoli shel Moshiach tzidkenu, und is a yom mesugol of der geula amitis v'ashlema. So the day of Tisha B'Av is in fact considered the day of the birth of Melech HaMashiach, and as such, it's the day that he has mazoli goiver. So for that reason, on that day, the mazel of Mashiach is misgaber. So it's particularly opportune time for the Gula to actually come because it's his day. It's Mashiach day. It's National Mashiach Day. That's what they should make it.
Love it. Thank you. It's almost like the Rebbe's really setting himself up here because the Rebbe is the one that came up with the whole birthday. I mean, the Rebbe introduced it to us. We didn't know that we were supposed to celebrate birthdays, Machal. So the Rebbe sets it up years, right? So it's not that many years before. It's got to be, I don't know. I recently heard it, so it's around Tafshin Mem Ches, I want to say. I'm totally making things up. I don't know. Anyway, so around there, he started the whole idea of the birthdays. And then I say, oh, by the way, since it's already a well-known thing about Mazali Gaiver on your birthday, and it's a special thing, so you should know Mazali Gaiver, Mashiach. So it's his birthday, so let's celebrate it. National Mashiach Day. I love it. Und das ist euch nicht gehen Allah lemaise. Wie steht in Kisvei Arizal. As mir sagt, which is today, right? Is the Yahrzeit. What's today, right? Yes. Okay, good. As mir sagt, Tfilas Nachim, Psuki Nachim, wie Yom Tisha B'Av b'Mincha. He has b'Minchas what's Tes Veiv? Tes Veiv? No, the Mashiach.
Tisha B'Av?
Tes Veiv? What is it? Oh, Tuva. What is it? No. What is it?
Tes B'Av.
Oh, Tes B'Av. No, the Mashiach Nachim. Okay.
So, and this is also in regarding to halacha l'maisa, as it says in the Kisvei Harizal, that we say the tefillah of Nachem, which are verses of comfort on the day of Tisha B'Av by Mincha, because by Mincha of Tisha B'Av is when Mashiach was born, Mashiach who was called Menachem. And just to look down at Ha'ara 17, This is also the reason why we say the blessing of the moon on Matzei Tisha B'Av, Ki b'Tes B'Av Nelad Mashiach, because Mashiach was born on Tes B'Av. And blessing the Levana is a very big, is very much connected to the idea of Mashiach. As we see, we speak about David Melech Yisrael Chai V'Kayim. We speak about that the time that it says that V'Yiskayim Miyut HaLevana. It says that the Davish is gonna undo the miyut of the Levana that he made when Mashiach comes, and Yidden are represented by the Levana. And during Galus, the Levana it has a miyut. When Mashiach comes, we're gonna become full again.
Yeah, good. Okay, so where did we jump to Ha'ara 17 from?
We're holding V'yesh Leimer.
Yesh Leimer, okay, good. V'yesh Leimer. As when Tisha B'Av is Chol b'Shabbos, v'b'Kvir Shana Zu. When we still have fresh in our memories the Geschmacke lessons that we learned from the fact that Shivas or B'Tammuz fell out on Shabbos and all that meant about Mashiach. So here it comes, Tisha B'Av. Und der Tainis, der Amiras Nachem ist Nidchel Yem Ale. Während dann Nidche Nordinyan im Bild Hiritzoyim, der ihnen hat Zoim und die Dine Inui Ve'avelus. So the negative aspects, the fast, etc., that's what gets pushed off to Sunday. Aber die Inyanim Chiyuvim Ve'ritzoyim, was b'yem zen Neilot Moshin Shel Yisrael, wären nicht Nidche. Tisha B'Av has a whole other dimension that perhaps gets a lot less press than it should. For example, the idea that Moshiach was born on that day, that does not get nidche to Sunday, that they pushed off that Melech HaMashiach is born on Sunday. No, that's on Tisha B'Av, even if it's Shabbos. Those positive things stay in place. Afilu nit abgeschwat chas v'shalom durch Shabbos. Shabbos doesn't weaken them at all. Va'adra, but inyanim tevin shtein ach mer b'kol yitekef b'yem Shabbos. On the contrary, the fact that they are on Shabbos makes them even more emphasized and strong. So I guess we're going to explore these positive sides of Tisha B'Av.
Beautiful. Thank you for reminding us of, we just had this, a little bit of an experience. So just to give you a little bit of speak short. So Sunday, he sends me like $36. And I'm like, what is this? I didn't even ask him what it is. He sends me a voice. I hope you'll accept it for me. We'll put it towards the Farbrengen that we're going to do on Shabbos, because I know we're going to learn the Sikha, and I know it's going to be wild, so we're going to have a wild Farbrengen. So, because last time the Rebbe was saying, better fish and good flesh, and, you have to go extra. So I was like, okay, fine. I just wanted to tell him, by the way, as Gull's plans have it, I plan to be in Toronto. So he's like, we'll see about that. Anyways, that was the conversation. So he's already planned on it, put his money down on it. I'll start this paragraph here. When the Tammuz there, Yesh Loimar, Vibal is Alin Yonim, Oilam, Kurla, Ichtinane, Achin Alim, in Seder Shlashus, Himalachim, Unafilu, as the spheres for Hulu. Then I'm Shaving Devorim, Mishvil Yisrael, Mishvil Torah. So the reason for this is, you could say, that since that all the things in the world, including even the highest levels, the angels and the Esospheres, etc., are all created for the Yidden and Torah.
Und Machshat and Yisrael is Kadma, the Torah. The thought of the Yidden came before the Torah. Torah is giving of an Salib Yidden. Torah was given because of the Yidden. Shenemar as Tavas b'nei Yisrael, Darbel b'nei Yisrael. You see all over the Torah where we refer to Yidden. So you see, it's all of the Yidden came before. Ken doch nit sein am Tzios ba'Ilam. Kaila kriyas b'zman. Natali b'malach Hashem b'shmal v'navama zala yishnivra b'shvil Yisrael. Was all sterin under abschwache chas v'shalom amshach v'gili from kedusha by Yidden. So therefore, the whole world is for Yisrael. The whole Torah is for Yisrael. So therefore, there cannot be anything in the world, including a calendar time, something that's established based on the way the sun is moving and the moon and the constellations, which for the world and time was created for Yisrael. So nothing can possibly in time, or really anything in the world, can disturb or weaken, God forbid, the the download and revelation of holiness by Yidden. Koilel v'alachas kama v'kama is that in ikri by Yidden v'leidas v'izgarbas b'zalish Mashiach v'tishabav, including, and how much more so when we're talking about such a most important thing about the mazale of Mashiach, the overpowering, the birth of Mashiach on Tisha B'av itself on Shabbos.
Okay. Balachas kama v'kama, wenn es redt sich wegen Yom HaShabbos, Kvius Tisha B'av b'Shabbos, wie bald das Yidden seinen Ben Zugcha zum Shabbos. Sounds like it means like a couple, like Kaviyachal, a spouse. Is that what it means over here? I guess that's what it means. In Shabbos. Sei Shabbos und sei Yidden seinen Meila v'nivdol mi'inyonei ha'olam. That because both Shabbos and Yidden are higher from the mundane things of the world. The andere Yemi HaShavua was, which are what do they represent? The andere Yemi HaShavua was jeder von sie hat a Ben Zug. The other days of the week apparently have their own spiritual, so to speak, coupling or spouse, so to speak, which I guess are not necessarily the Yidden. The Yidden's Ben Zug is represented in Shabbos. This is probably meant bringing up some sort of medrash or something, which I am unfortunately not familiar with. If anyone knows about it, please quote it. I see it says in Hora 23, it's Bereishis Rabbah, I guess. So if anyone knows any details on that, please tell me. But so particularly on Shabbos, which is particularly uplifted time, over there it for sure can't bother these holy things that are shaykh to that time. Shabbos is verbunden mit dem Gilui von der Geula. Shabbos has to do with Geula.
Wow. Okay. So I don't know, but originally right when you said it, I thought about that idea. We know about Yaakov and Esav. At a certain point, I believe it was Yaakov and Esav, that there's a concept of them being brothers because they're brothers. They're on the same level. It means that they have like the same. Good to see you. So it means they're on the same level. It seems that Shabbos and the Yidden are both totally above the world. So we hang out. us Jews and Shabbos, we hang out. We're good buddies. I wanted to point out over here in the footnote 22, seems that he mentions this idea of Ein Mazel Yisrael. So I always had this question. I don't fully understand it, but it's good. It's good stuff. I like it. Because we just finished speaking about Mazali Goiver. We're like in the middle of talking about it. And there's but Ein Mazel Yisrael. Like by the end, we don't get stuck in Mazel. But like when it works, we'll take it. That's what I understand. Anyways, yeah, go ahead. Levi. Shlomi, you'll go after Levi if you could.
So number one, about the coupling of the days of the week. So actually, what it's about is that each day, if you look at the week, so 6 days are an even number. Sunday and Monday are a couple. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Shabbos is the odd one out, and it complained. It said, "Who's my thing?" So the Abisha said, "The Yidden are your spouse," and so we're together. And absolutely, Isaac, that is definitely what I heard about Ein Mazel Yisrael. That what it means is that none of the negativity of Mazel exists for us, but there definitely is the idea of Mazel, as we see that on a person's birthday, Mazal Geiver. There's plenty of Mazalim that we take into consideration, but they don't control us, and especially not any negative things about them. On Shabbos, are we holding the andere Yemesh? Okay, on Shabbos is verbunden mit dem Gilui von der Gola. So Shabbos is connected with the revelation of the redemption. This is Mudgish and Shir Shayim is Meshir Yom Shabbos is Meshir Lasid Lavai Liyam Shekol Shabbos Menuchal Chaye Hoy Lamim. On yet the Shabbos is Me'einze. So Shabbos is connected with the Gola. Kemen doch nit sagen as Shabbos. So Chas Shalom Deir Zayin Me'in Naila Bayidin von Leidas Mashiach Tzkenim Tisha B'Av. We know that Shabbos pushes off the fasting of Tisha B'Av, but to say that Shabbos is pushing off the overpowering of the mazel of Mashiach, the birthday of Mashiach, we can't say Chas v'shalom.
Reb Shleima, you're up.
Okay, I don't know. It's my first time. What do I do?
Well, you got a minute and a half. You choose what to do. I'm assuming you don't have the text, so at least share what you want to say.
Okay, number one, this is really cool. It's the first time. This is Levi right here. He's a pretty big activist. He's very involved. I'm currently doing my minute on the Yonagul Moshiach Live. This is Mendel. Anyways, last night we had a Moshiach collaboration over here. We do it every Monday night, and the discussion was trying to remember what we were talking about. We were talking about Mashiach. We were singing Ani Mamin. We were talking about how a person has to realize, they say like half of the knowing the sickness is like already the beginning of the cure, like half the cure or whatever. So a person has to know where they are, and there needs to be like enough of like, I guess, like an awareness to be able to push yourself forward. But also the person has to know they're already in the process of Geula. We're already like Mashiach came and Geula already began, and we just have to complete the process now. But being that it's not complete and people don't experience Gilei Lukus in every corner of the world, like it says in Vat V'Tzav, a Jew still has to push more. It's Levi's minute now. You want to talk?
No. No, Levi's not going to talk? Okay, so Yisrael's going to speak.
It's so nice to see you guys over there, and hello to everyone, and let's Mahashturim together and bring Moshiach. Nice to hear and see all of you wonderful, beautiful neshamas there, and together we're all lighting a big fire together. So let's do this. Okay, so where are we holding here? So kann man doch nicht sagen, dass Shabbos soll chas v'shalom deiche sein dem ihnen Neile bei Eden von Leidas Mashiach Tzidkenu b'Tisha B'Av. It's impossible that Shabbos pushes away this positive aspect of Tisha B'Av. Nor adraba. Shabbos is deiche alle inyanim bilti ritzum von Eden, Tzaim ve'inui, und inyanim von Hefech HaGeula. Shabbos does the opposite. Shabbos pushes away all the negative sides of Tisha B'Av, and clears it off so that we only have the positive aspect, basically. Und is nachmer megalo mechazik b'eser seis b'eser eis didioni hageula b'tisha b'av dem inen von leidas hamashiach b'yom zeh. Shabbos only helps to reveal and emphasize that actually the other half of Tisha B'Av that we don't hear about so much is the fact that it's the day that's particularly mesugal from Mashiach. We all hear about the fast and the sadness and the difficulty, but this Shabbos Tisha B'Av, we're going to remember that actually Tisha B'Av has a whole other side to it that we're going to be exploring at length this year, Mirz Hashem, with Mashiach.
I love it. I was just Shkayach Shlemi, by the way. Thank you for that. And you should know the start off of the Sikha starts off saying how we say so you said last night you were singing the name, you sing Animam, and so you just know you're naturally in tune, you're doing what's right. Just automatically you do what the Rebbe says. But someone was just mentioning that, like, in the Welt, other people, they like Tisha B'Av is a big day. Like they get together, they have like events. And like, my brother was looking at Facebook and he sees it says like any Tisha B'Av events that you know about and he's like, a Tisha B'Av event? What's a Tisha B'Av event? And he's like, that's such a weird thing. And people are like, yeah, no, the whole world, they do that. So I think we also need to do a Tisha B'Av event, but we know what it's got to look like though, with steak, and a meshumar, sharbar of yasa, and all the good stuff. Anyways, that's that. I also wanted to share the idea because Levi, I think you clarified a little bit the idea of the Mazali Goiver. That they just did Stump the Rabbi just did a video about should I celebrate my English birthday? I think in the footnote there he actually speaks about it. He says, should I, and he says, I think, yeah, it's not because it's an English birthday. It's because the Rebbe presented an idea of a birthday and what it's supposed to look like. So you have another day to do it. Do it.
Befrat, as der Shabbos Tisha B'Av is Shabbos Chazon, especially because we're dealing with a Shabbos that's called Shabbos Chazon, Shabbos of the vision. Chazon Meloshin Machazeh, Chazon is in the term of a vision. In them Shabbos, Mad in the Cholach Adachad Misrael HaMikdash L'Asid Mirachek. On this Shabbos, it is shown to each and every one of the Yidden the temple of the future from a distance. Ki yadua di Torah b'zeh, as is known the Torah in this. From look down at 27 from the of Merav Chassid of Hillel Parish b'Shem Harav Barditchev Nivgam Al Rishim Tzemach Tzedek Sham Umechazoin Techazeno Inenu. Okay, that the Rebbe Yitzchak Barditchev taught this the mashal of the guy that made a suit for his son, and the first one his son ripped it, the second one he ripped it again, the third one he made, he kept it away from the son and he showed it to the son every once in a while, and he said, when you grow older and you know how to take care of your suit, then I'm going to give this one to you. And so too every Yid on this Shabbos is shown the third temple, which is obviously the nimshal is that Abisha gave us the two Bate Mikdash, the two first suits, we ripped it up. The third one, maybe she shows to us.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to wrap this up because we're doing Ma'ariv now. We just had like for brain. It's the last night of the program. Everyone's going home tomorrow. All right, so it's pretty cool that like honestly, a lot of times I don't sing that song because it sounds a little more on the sad side. I like singing more like joyous songs. But last night, I don't know, I just randomly started singing it. We never sing this nigga. It's really cool. And yeah, we're talking like Ma'aseh Poel mainly. Yanugul Mashiach is one of the Ma'aseh Poels. It takes work. It's not something that's easy. So like try to get a little bit of that every day. I'm keeping up with that haflata. I have to learn it with another person every day. So I can't just learn it myself, and it gets me excited. And yeah, listen, we got to keep on going. Consistency is key. I don't, if we still don't have Gilui Kus all around the world, it only means that we still have to live with Mashiach more, because that's what we got to do now. Now it's about living like the times of Mashiach already. Ahavas Yisrael is not like a remedy anymore for what happened in the past. We've already like got to that point. Now it's just loving, because we have to live in the times of Mashiach. So it's loving of Jews. When Mashiach comes, we'll just love each other naturally. Levi wanted to show his love. He's a little embarrassed now, but he said he wants to give a kush. So whatever. Anyways, Isaac gave a kush back. Okay, we gotta go to Ma'ariv. Shiach now, guys. I'm glad I was able to join. Shiach. Alright. Take care, guys. Good night. Shiach now. Yeah.
Restart, go ahead.
Oh, it's my turn? Oh, okay. All right. So, where are we holding over here?
Holding by Ubefratas means das Mevar.
Oh. Ubefratas means das Mevar mit a moshel von a levushu beged. Me'ov sheyesh li ben yoker v'asuli malbush yoker v'chulu. Af al pi was der nimshel red wegen Beis HaMikdash. So it's interesting. Apparently, there's some significance from the mashal itself. The fact that it's talking about a beged, even though in the nimshal it's about a house, a bais, was beweist, as der Gilui Hamikdash wird nimshach mer begilui b'bchinas levush makif akarev. Wow, leave it up to the Rebbe to find the lesson out of the mashal. The fact that the mashal is about a levush, even though the actual nimshal is a bais. But here's the lesson: that the Gilui of the Mikdash wird nimshach mer begilui b'bchinas levush makif akarev, as is known, the three levels of something that goes internally inside of you, something that's on you, and something that's around you. So the makif hakare, which is the levush, the clothing we wear, was is nenter zu dem Adam wie der makif harochik von Bais, al derech denen from big de kahuna bei Mikdash is doch so that shows us that the idea of Mashiach comes all the way down to the makif hakare, not just as a bias only.
This is wild. So what does that mean? What does that even mean? I mean, okay, it's very, very cool. Stam, a random thought in my mind in regards to this is that these days, first of all, it's in the terminology when we say, hey, let me see that for a second. You say that, you really mean let me have it, let me touch it, let me taste it. It's like, it's really what we mean. So you say Shabbos Chazon, but even in regards to clothes, literally, we live in a society now that that's what we do. You order clothes. In fact, the companies are telling you, we'll send you clothes every month, and we won't even charge you for it. It's a new thing. We won't even charge you for it. It'll be your clothes. And if you get and if you want to keep it, then we'll charge you for the clothes that you want to keep. So the mamish give you the clothes before you do anything for it. It's amazing. So I think that we're talking. It's not just Shabbos Chazoin, like the way we do it nowadays. You try it on, you fit it there, you're experiencing it already. You have a. Anyways, that's what I think in regards to this. But I'm really curious as how this is going to stick to the next step, because if we're making the bias makif a karev, then what's the stuff that are usually makif a karev, like the clothes?
Al derech the Indian from Big Day Kahuna b'Mikdash, like the concept of the garments of the priesthood in the temple, is doch verstandig. It's understood. Mikol Shekain, with how much more so from Yeder Shabbos, about every Shabbos, as the Gili from Meshiach Shal Yisrael b'Yom Zeh is v'yas to say v'yas. If every Shabbos is a revelation of Geula, how much more so when we're dealing with the birthday of Mashiach, that it's with even more load and even more strength. And as is emphasized also in the end of the Haftarah of Shabbos Chazayin, Tzion b'mishpati padeh v'shaveh b'tzedakah. Tzion with judgment will be redeemed, and her captives with charity. So we're dealing with the Shabbos that is every Shabbos is the revelation of Mashiach. How much more so the Shabbos of Tisha B'Av, when it has the birthday of Mashiach, and it pushed away. Normally every year Tisha B'Av also with the birthday of Mashiach has built-in Itzuyim involved, things that are not wanted, fasting and pain and not wearing shoes and not having creams or whatever else it is. But now all that gets pushed away, so we're dealing with like ultimate strength of Mashiach. Powerful day coming up.
Yisrael.
Oh, sorry, I keep forgetting. Okay. Der Ilui Hanal von Shabbos Tisha B'Av is noch mehr bad Gosho in dem Ihnen Hachilo Shtia Shabiyem Zeh. Wenn man hat die Mitzvah von Einig Shabbos, La Angi Ba'eleg Achilo Shtia. Dogim Gdelim Basar V'yayin. This is exactly reminiscent of the Shivasar B'Tamus thing. Yes, indeed. The fact that on Shabbos we have a particular directive to enjoy and to eat good food and Dogim Gdelim and Basar V'yayin and everything. These as afilu b'negei zu der Seuda Shlishis b'Tisha B'Av shechol b'Shabbos b'Seuda Mafsekes is der Din as eichel Basar v'sheis yain b'Seuda Mafsekes u'mayla al shulchani afilu kiseudas shleime be'ez malchusay. The Din is, first of all, it would be interesting to look into the whole idea of Seuda Shlishis, the fact that generally we're not a big fan of that, but what's the meaning of that now? Maybe there's a specific meaning about that at the Shabbos before Tisha B'Av, but you don't hold back. You eat a whole ganze Seuda with everything, and the Seuda Shlishis, just like Seuda Shlemi B'Shaitoi. I can't see the timer, so I'm not sure if I'm going over time or not, so you'll signal it to me. But yeah, the idea is that there's a particular, this whole thing is emphasized a lot more, the positivity of the day, by the fact that on Shabbos Tisha B'Av you eat, you enjoy Einig Shabbos all the way up until the Sudam Afsekas that's supposed to prepare us in a sense for the fast, that you eat on that meal all the way, like Suda Shlema B'Shaitli.
Yeah, I see that the timer for some reason is paused. I think it's a sign. It's a sign. We want to hear more from Rabbi Yisrael. That's what I think, personally. Because the timer over here is going, but over here it's just paused. This is really amazing stuff. Okay, I'm excited. Oh, I just wanted to share with you that I thought of an idea, just that we should make like a slogan, like Shabbos, you're my zug. Because I never knew. We make it a known thing, like, oh, Shabbos, you're my zug. Now I understand. We're husband and wife, me and Shabbos. That's amazing. Thank you, Reb Leivik, for sharing that with us. Okay. They're fun a little bit weiter. They're fun zetman. As in a yom tiny shechol b'Shabbos is need place for an shlilasi in the derech heder chilush dia. Nor simcha v'tainug was is da in a chilas basar shomein ushlias yain yashan yeshlemer as it right. So we see that not only is it that you have taking away the pleasures of eating and drinking and the like, but we have joy, we have happiness and pleasure in the eating of the fatty meat and the old wine. V'yesh leimar as in a yom tayne shechol b'Shabbos darf man moises sein in dem nachmer wie b'shar Shabbos shana kedei shel sein dem kedal kedaitach von dem yom taynes. Oh, I love it.
By the way, I don't see any timer. Yeah. When the beer is, we get at merit a mall, and the explanation in this is, as was spoken many times, as b'pnimi yosai is a tainis and in yintay via imratzin Hashem. The inside of fast, what's going on behind the scenes, is actually a very positive thing. It's a day of desire for God. When the kavana pnimis from the tiny yos, the inside intention of the fasts is as a zolnis galavet zer in yintay that there should be that they should be that the good that they represent should be revealed. We know that we were promised these days will turn over into holidays, days of joy and happiness. As will be revealed with the ultimate and true redemption. When the Indian Pnimi from the Tainis state begoloi, when the Tainis is Chol B'Yom Shabbos. So what are we waiting for? We're saying that when Mashiach comes, there's going to be the revelation of the inside of the fast. The revelation that the inside of the fast is a good thing. Guess what? When a fast falls out on Shabbos, that is what's revealed. The good thing of the fast.
Maybe so. Good timing, by the way.
All right, great. Was demot wird nidche nor dem inen hatzoim, and in that situation only the negative side, the fasting part, gets pushed away. Aber nit der inyan toiv yom ratzon Hashem. Ve'adrabba, v'bal das jeder Shabbos is a yom ratzon. Chem das yom misikol, so every Shabbos is a special day like that. Und mitzvah la'angeichulo, and it's a mitzvah to enjoy it. Und sie ist a tag verbunden mit der Geula kanal. And it's generally a day that's attached to Geula. Is there a rotzen from their tinies? Then will be yes, there says to be yes. So when you combine it with the specialness, the positivity of a tinies, then it's particularly extra special. And their tinies is demot azevi a yom toiv yom sasin v'simcha. So then the tinies is like it turns into a yom tov. Guys, be aware. It's Shabbos Tisha B'Av is mamash azevi a yom tov yom sasin v'simcha. Just so you know. You have to sing Yismach Moshe with the song of Vata v'Chartanu. It's like a Yom Tov. That's it. Just like it's going to be Yemei Mashiach. Because newsflash, we're kind of already like it's Yemei Mashiach is already upon us. Bizas the Chias Hatainis Alidei Shabbos git them koyach if im doiches an legamre b'Yemei Mashiach. This idea of it being pushed off till after Shabbos is already what's going to be when Mashiach comes, and it's going to be pushed off entirely. Wie untergestrochen b'miuchad bei Tisha B'Av shechol yes b'Shabbos udchinu la'achar Shabbos v'amar Rabbi Yoel v'nidche yidche. If it's already pushed off, let it be completely pushed off.
Wow.